Hello,
Hi.
I'm Sandy Walden, Master Grief Coach and Master Grief Coach Trainer. And I am so excited because today I get to introduce you to Master Grief Coach Ashley Ellis. Ashley, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have worked so hard, and I don't hesitate at all to tell people they want to get to know you better. So, I'd like to ask you a few questions. Doesn't mean you have to answer. Let's see
Okay.
where this goes.
Okay.
Ashley, what prompted you to decide you'd like to step into the role of being a coach?
Um, I felt drawn to do this a very long time ago. Um, as you know, I lost my son Eli to suicide in August of 2020. And I joined one of the groups on Facebook for parents who had lost children to suicide. And I kept reading posts from people 10 years out that were just in the thick of it still. And I just was overwhelmed. I'm like, I can't do this for 10 years. It just hurts too much. I can't do it. And I know Eli wouldn't want me to. Um, but in the midst of all of those posts, I saw a post from you, and you were living your life and you had lost your son to suicide as well, but you had healed. And I saw, behind all your posts it says Master Grief Coach and Master Grief Coach Trainer, and I was like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. Something has to come from this pain I'm feeling. So I reached out to you way back then and said, what is a Master Grief Coach? And how do I become one? And so you talked to me about your course, and I said, okay, let's put a pin in that, because everything was really raw at the time. And I was like trying to run my own business. And I was like, I can't put one more thing on my plate, but I definitely feel like this is the direction I'm being called. So since then, I've done some healing. I have a therapist that I was seeing weekly forevermore, and done some healing, changed my life around a little bit. It just didn't fit anymore. And it came, first of all, I took your grief healing class, which was, part of the journey and moving forward. And then you offered the grief healing class or the master coach class again. And I was like, yep, it's time. So that's how I got here.
And I have no doubt that your son Eli is so proud of you and with you all the time. How has becoming a coach deepened your healing?
Oh wow. I always knew I wanted to, like I said, it was just one of those, call it God, call it intuition, call it, but as soon as I saw that, I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do with this. So I took the class with that purpose. But even if you took the class not for the purpose of becoming a grief coach, it absolutely has helped in my personal journey of healing. It takes you to whole places that you just don't even think about until you're asked the questions.
Did you expect that?
Honestly, I mean, I think anytime you have a conversation with like-minded people, you have the opportunity to learn more. But having taken the grief through, or healing through grief, whatever, I can't talk. The healing through grief class, I thought I'd learned all that. You know what I mean? Like, you never quit learning, but I learned a lot more from the Master Grief Coach class than I expected to.
Does it surprise you to find yourself in the place you are? And I'm not pretending for one moment that you don't miss Eli, but does it surprise you to find yourself in this place of living life with joy again?
Um, Caveat, I'm not sure I'm quite there, but I do have days. um, but I do see light at the end of the tunnel now. And I can see looking back how far I have come. Not every day is in the trenches, you know, and I
That's
see,
really that's really well expressed, because
yeah,
not every day is up or down, is it?
right, right. But I remember days just thinking, how am I going to do this for the rest of my life? How, it was so painful and so dark. And I I can look at that as past tense now, which is
Huge.
huge, huge. Yeah.
Absolutely huge. And I know so many people benefit already simply from interacting with you, whether it's personally or online, social media. Who is someone who will benefit? Is there a category, someone who's lost a child to suicide or otherwise, adults of a certain age, teenagers? Who is the person that you feel will benefit most from spending time working with you?
I think probably just because this experience has had the hugest impact. Um, I think parents who have lost children to suicide. Um, and I've already, helped other people in our community that have lost children since Eli. And I don't proclaim to have like wisdom or I do have some tools now from, having therapy and working with you and everything else. But I think just the value of having somebody who can look you in the face and say, I know, I understand, and it can get better.
And that's what I hear from you. You won't proclaim that you have wisdom. Is it all right if I do? Because because I've had the opportunity to sit with you and to listen to you. And I know that you bring a deep-seated, heartfelt wisdom to every conversation. Um, and when I think about conversations with you, what I'd like to share with people is that you're not telling them what to do. You're walking with them. You're giving them opportunities and you're supporting them and boosting them and showing them some choices and letting them find their way.
Yeah. I mean, all I can do is say what's worked for me, what's worked for people I know who have been through this situation. And it's raw and it's not pretty. And I've got you. I mean, that's all I can offer.
I think
But
that's
that's
everything.
huge because I don't feel like I had that all the time. And I I needed that. I think we all need that. Somebody to just say, I've got you. You're going to be okay.
I feel like that is everything. You're not alone. I'm
Yeah.
here. I'm not
Yeah.
going anywhere. Keep
Yeah.
breathing.
Yeah. I tell people that a lot when they're in the thick of it is if all you can do today is remember to take deep breaths, that's okay. There are days that's it. That's all I've got. But sometimes that's it. That's what you got to do to get to the next day.
And there's tremendous value, I think, in hearing that from someone who has been walking this path and who understands they're not where they started and that they're doing better and has the skills to show someone else. Maybe you're shining that flashlight for them or that torch for them. You know, the phrase I always like is the way shower. And that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that they've got all the answers. In fact, as a coach, it's not our job to have all the answers. It is our job to steadfastly be there, supporting and encouraging.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I don't feel like I have most days I don't feel like I have any of the answers. I just have all the questions, you know. But I'm willing to sit in the questions with you.
I kind of love that. If you were to give it a moment And you know what? Usually I sit down and ask questions ahead of time. So you're just getting the things that come off the top of my head, right? Oh my gosh. If I were to come to you today with a fresh loss, what would be the most important message that I could hear from you to consider you as my coach?
I've got you. I mean, that's really, let me hold your hand. I'm here. I know I can't say anything to take the pain away. And if you don't have anything to say and you're numb and it's okay. I'm right here. Yeah.
I think that's probably the most important message of all. It feels reassuring and like a warm hug. And the reminder that no one needs to be alone.
Yeah.
The other thing I always hear from you, and it's interesting because I heard it from you even when we first met so long ago, was that I trust that things will get better.
Yeah. Even when I didn't trust, I was like, I have to think they do. I'm going to follow people like you who have found a way through this, and I'm going to make it happen because I can't stay stuck.
And I've never seen you as someone that I would ever have used that word stuck with. What I have seen is someone who's brought her son with her. And when I think about that healing journey, I think perhaps that's one of the most important things to know, that we don't forget them. We don't leave them behind. We're not done. Our relationship continues in a different way.
Yeah. Just this morning when I was kind of mentally getting ready for this interview, I saw a post that popped up in my memories from 2 years ago, and it's a message from your child that's passed, and I couldn't help but think that Eli was saying this. It's a long post, and I'll post it on my Tomorrow Needs You Facebook page, but this line to me, I felt like a message from Eli this morning, and I feel like it embodies my journey. And it says, you are embodying a message through your mess and showing others it can be done. Because I am a mess, and people know I'm a mess, and I'm not afraid to be a mess. I mean, I was that bereaved parent who took a box of Kleenex with me to the restaurant when I went out because I knew I was going to have a breakdown, you know? And it's popular to say it's okay to not be okay these days. That's kind of a buzzword or whatever, but the fact is sometimes we're not okay. And I don't care. It doesn't matter if it's socially acceptable to not be okay or not, but some days you just are not okay. And that's the facts, And so
Yes.
if I can lead people through the mess by being a mess, then so be it.
I love that. And I find that very reassuring that you can be that mess, because what I see from you is I see a beautiful emotion on your face. I can hear the tears, but I see a smile at the same time.
Yeah.
And isn't it true that all those things are part of us?
Yeah.
Love that. I love that. Ashley, I know you're an extraordinary coach. And I strongly encourage anyone who has the opportunity to see this video to reach out to you, because I know that they will benefit. That healing is not something that happens in a moment, that it happens one heartbeat at a time, and that it's so much easier when we work with someone like you.
Or you.
Thank you.
I thank
So
you.
before we wrap up, have you got any final message you would like to share with anybody?
Oh gosh. I guess just listen to your instincts or your higher power or whatever. I mean, I feel like that's what led me forward in this journey. If if you feel a connection, and if you don't want to coach, that's fine. I don't, if you just want to reach out to me as a friend on Facebook, I'm fine with that. If you have more questions about going through the class or any of that, reach out to me.
I'm so glad you joined me today, Ashley. And for anyone listening, we will have, because I don't have it at the moment, but by the time you're seeing this or hearing this, we will have Ashley's contact information below this recording. And if you'd like to know more about the grief healing course that Ashley referred to, or to find out more about how you can become a certified master grief coach, reach out to me. My contact information is below as well. Ashley, thank you for joining me today. And can I just say congratulations, world, because we get to meet master grief coach Ashley Ellis.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
My pleasure having you. And to all of you, I wish you a day of gentle peace and healing. Namaste.